Okay, so here's the code from lesson 3. We're still talking about operators. You can download the code from the link below as usual. I'm going to try to go line by line and talk a little bit about this code. Once you have it downloaded, or if you want to type it up, you can change stuff around and play with it and see what it does. So we have our include statement up here for our IO stream, so we can um, send and receive input from our keyboard to the program and see the results on our screen, and using namespace std as usual. We're going to talk about all of those things. If you don't know what those are, you could go back to a previous lesson. Here's our main function. First thing we did was declare and initialize these variables A and B, and we're just using A and B for simplification. There, when in writing some real code, you probably want more meaningful names than just A and B, but this serves a purpose here. Here we have an expression with some conditional operators. Basically, when our system evaluate this expression, A less than B, if that evaluates to be true, then it will display this message here, the one that comes after the question mark. If that evaluates to be false, then it will display the message that comes after the colon. So that's our conditional statement, and we're using that along with this less than. Here we have is equal to. Don't get this confused with the assignment operator with the one equal. These two equals, you can think of it as a is equal to. It's basically gonna evaluate to see whether this expression evaluates a true or false. If A was to be equal to B, then this would evaluate to true, and if it doesn't, then it evaluates to false. And again, if it evaluates to false, then this message here will be displayed on our monitor. Here's another similar one using the greater than. Actually, this should be greater than or equal to. Let me change that. It says greater than or equal to, and if it evaluates the true, it will display this message. If not, it will display this message here. Let me scroll down here a little bit. Here we have our compound assignment operator. Basically, this A plus equal B is the same as A is equal to A plus B. So it's kind of a shorter way of writing the same thing. Here we have our increment and decrement operators. This is a pre-increment as opposed to something like this, which would be a post increment. And it in this case it has the expression, then it adds to it, whereas here it adds to the expression first. And you can try those using pre or de increment and check the results, and you can see the difference that produces. Here we have our assignment operators. We're already familiar with that. Here we talk about operator precedence. Some operations take precedence over others. If you want an operation to take absolute precedence, if you want it to be executed first, then you would put some parentheses around it, such as this. So here we have basically the same operation. Without the parentheses, you will see that it will execute the multiplication first, whereas if I wanted it to execute the addition first, I would simply put some parentheses around it. Okay, so let's run our program and see the results that it produces. And here we go. So as you can see, those are the results. I encourage you to go ahead and play with it, change things around, and try to get different results and predict what results you think will happen and see if that's what happens, until you get more familiar with this stuff. Thank you.